world's energy consumption and population are rising at high speed. By 2040, we will use 60% more energy than we do now. In North America alone, where there were already high concentrations of urban populations, that landscape is expected to double by 2030. The infrastructure must change to keep up with the increased demand for more power to support this tremendous growth. From finite energy resources to renewable, from overhead transmission lines to underground. For the last quarter of a century, overhead lines are steadily being replaced with underground cable for a variety of reasons. Aesthetic challenges, permitting, right-of-way. Nearly 6 out of 10 people will live in these urban areas by the year 2030, and thousands of miles of new transmission lines are planned over the next 2 decades. Yet extra high-voltage cables that supply North America are still often imported. A costly venture, slowing down progress. That is, until now. Nexans brings its unparalleled expertise to North America. A world-class, state-of-the-art extra high-voltage cable plant. 350,000 square feet of technological know-how. Accessible by the well-established land and sea routes on the East Coast. Built in South Carolina. An $87 million investment in extra high-voltage cables to serve the future demands of the world's transmission industry and its increasing need for electricity. With this plant, Nexans brings the transfer of advanced cable technology to a local workforce of engineers, technicians, and operators, highly trained in the Nexans Excellence Way. Nexans safety and environmental standards are second to none, creating new best practices for North America. Each of these cables can carry up to 500,000 volts, enough to power several 100,000 consumers. The drive to provide reliable and clean power to existing and new developments, both residential and industrial, starts here. 4 tons of raw copper is drawn to less than 1/10 of an inch in diameter and stranded with over 100 other copper wires building strength and power. The copper will form a large round conductor. The electricity surging through the core can generate scorching heat that needs to be contained without harming the copper core or its surrounding environment, creating a reliable and one of the most sustainable products on the market. The newly formed conductor is brought to the innovative core of the new plant, a 427-foot extrusion tower. This tower was constructed during one continuous month-long period. Hundreds of workers, 24 hours a day, non-stop until completion, meeting the industry's highest standards of excellence. Inside the tower, 13 levels of machinery move the conductor up and down through a 1,300-foot path. The tower allows the conductor to be suspended vertically, keeping the warm insulation from sagging. This is the most important quality control of the Nexans process. While the conductor travels through this long path, the electrical insulation of 3 layers of extremely durable plastic is applied to the copper at precisely the same moment. From there, the cable is sent to a heated room to rest, allowing the chemical reaction to safely complete. Now, more copper grounding surrounds the layers of cable. Then an additional layer of jacketing is added to guard against corrosion for longer life. But once the cable is finished, its journey has barely begun. Cables are cut to length and prepared for testing. Every shipping reel of cable, which can weigh up to 70 tons each and reach 3,000 feet or more, is sent to electrical, mechanical, and physical testing. Rigorously tested according to international and national high-voltage cable standards. Carried out on-site in the high-voltage laboratories and in the presence of customer engineers to ensure that every reel meets every customer's specification before an acceptance certificate is issued and the reel is prepared for shipment. Only then will trucks load the massive cable reels to deliver across the land, to its home deep within the earth, installed with the same exacting standards. From inception to this moment, 1 cable of extra high voltage electricity, ready to go underground, and in the near future, underwater. Nexans is supplying power to the next generation of North America and beyond. Committed to our customers' development, Nexans people bring energy to life.